2. Today is season 3, episode 40. We've been tapping into the energies of 10. We are in the 10th month and we are getting ready for a 10-year. 2026 is going to be a year of 10. So it is all about new cycles, new beginnings, and the release to increase for what it is that we do not want to bring in to this new abundant energy of 10. So it's extra auspicious today to be tapping into a divisible of 10 being episode 40, season 3. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Little mini celebration for us today here at Tuesday Tea at 2. I hope you all are well. I hope you're feeling the very transient energy. We're in fall season. Seasons changing. Now the cold is really starting to kind of take, right? Here in New York, summer's kind of been, slowly trying to leave. So we've had some still, really nice days in the garden and such, but starting to feel it. And what I'm feeling the most is feeling it in the house. So I actually had to, weatherproof my AC units to prevent the draft from coming in. Haven't put the heat on yet because I'm like in denial, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the need to put the heat on. So that's where it's kind of really shifted for me now, that I'm like, oh, I might need to put the heat on so I don't wake up with this chill or coming out of the shower and feeling this thing that I don't feel in the summertime. So that's where we're at. Seasons change. This is part of the cycles of life. Even as we tap into the energy of 10, it's all about cycles, that wheel of time, that ebb and flow of things. So above, so below, as below. It really is a little bit of everything. So here we are. And some of the shifts that are happening in terms of the skies, we do have Pluto now direct. On the 13th of October, Pluto went direct in Aquarius. So a lot of the energies in regards to rebirth, which is the new cycles energy that we're tapping into, is really supportive. And it's no accident that Pluto went direct in the month of 10, as we're leading into a 10-year. Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So we're very much tapping into this new cycles energy. Hello, Queen. You made it to my live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. I see AFAM vids. So remind me who's here because I can't see the profile picture and I can't see you. I don't identify the name from TikTok. I'm assuming it's from TikTok. One of my tribe vibe from TikTok. Queen Tony, sister, how are you? Mwah. I miss you. I love you. Good to see you too. Joy. Okay, cool. Hi, Joy. Joy and pain like sunshine and rain. So now I have to identify your YouTube handle so that I can know that it's you. What's up, Queen? Thank you for joining. Thank you both for joining. Hello, more fire, trying to get jiggy with. Appreciate you. Get jiggy. Get jiggy. I was just talking about how the cold is starting to, take effect here in New York. I'm starting to feel it in the house, which, it's still kind of sunny during the day. You feel it a little bit chilly at night, but it's in the apartment that I'm realizing I may have to put the heat on. And I'm a little bit in denial about that, so I haven't put the heat on yet. But 'tis the season. 10-month going into a 10-year, new cycles, new beginnings. It is a very, very auspicious time. So just tap in, dive in. I was also just talking about, Tony's feeling it in GA too, and she's in Georgia and feeling it. So exactly. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season. But we're, coming into winter. It is what it is. We talk about the cycles and the ebbs and flows of life. You know what I mean? It's that same as above, so below energy. What we gonna do? My only thing is the fact that summer is way too short and winter is way too long. If winter was a little bit more fair, a little bit more equal, we're supposed to be having 4 seasons, which means 3 months each. Can we do that, please? But apparently not for winter. Winter be I'm on some 6-month shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where when you're at the beginning of it, you kind of see the long haul. And it grips me a little bit because I'm a summer girl all the way. It's kind of never too hot for me. Even when it's super hot, I'm I don't need the AC. I'll just take a shower and get naked. I'm good. I'll figure a way to cool myself down. But I find I can never really find the right comfort to warm myself up. Because even when you're warming yourself up and you've got the blankets or you've got, sweaters or all of you crank the heat up, like it's just so much stuff that you have to do to like try to layer to be comfortable. And then you may be warm, but then you're feeling heavy and then you know what I mean? There's always something when it comes to trying to warm yourself up. Whereas to me, cool down, just get naked. Just get naked. Callie's sunshine for joy. You know what? I gotta figure out my life is what I need to do because I'm from Canada. So people tell me all the time, like, aren't you used to it? Aren't you? I'm like, I don't know what that means. Used to what? Like, hell? Like, what are we talking about here? Because it is mad cold in Canada. So if I'm not used to this, there's no way that I would ever get used to that. But again, my parents are from St. Lucia, so I definitely have the island blood. I feel cold like it's a violation. Quite literally, I feel violated in the cold. But we're here. We're vibing out. It is season 3. It is episode 40. So we're tapping into the energies of 10 for season 3, episode 40. In the 10th month, last few days, still going live on TikTok pretty much every night. But I always update you guys. I will be live tonight. So definitely tap in, tune in at 10 o'clock. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m., and doing some new cycle speed reads. We've been doing that all month just to, give you guys a little glimpse, a little boost in regards to the things to keep most in mind and heart, energy evaluations, what is kind of surrounding you at this time, so that you can untether, so that you can, move into the best version of yourself and tap into your most abundant timeline. So we were doing that. We were live last night. It was a vibe. And with the tribe vibe, you know what I mean? With the vibe tribe, we just hang, we vibe, and it's a good time. So hang out with us if you are around on the TikTok. And today we're tapping into peppermint tea. I'm bringing in the frequency of abundance because again, we're, trying to bring in the more in store, right? On the other side of that door, we tap into portal energy when we're tapping into the energy of new cycles. So bring in the abundance of all kinds. Abundance is not just about money and wealth, right? It's about love. It's about our relationships. It's about our health, all of these things. We want to clear things out, release to increase, to bring in the most infinite abundance in all of the realms. So peppermint is the vibe for that, one of the most abundant, and it's also an invasive herb. So talk about plethora and talk about abundance. You plant a little peppermint and then all of a sudden peppermint's taken over your whole garden. That's the kind of vibes that we want for the good things that we're trying to manifest, for love and for, powerful, positive, healthy relationships and for perfect health and all of those things. We want that to spread like peppermint. We're tapping into jade for bringing in that same energy of abundance, for bringing in luck as well, bringing the energy of green. And I'm also inspired to use jade because of my new jade plant that I have here. It was actually donated to us in the garden. So I repotted one for the garden, and then there was a few other pieces left. So I was like, you know what? I'll pot a little one up for myself and bring it home. So I've got my jade plant here. It's a succulent, so doesn't need too much water, but needs a lot of sun. So I'm gonna try to figure it out. Definitely needs to be indoors. So that's also the reason that we wanted to, make sure. So the one that's in the garden, we have in the shed right now, but it's not gonna get sun there. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with that one. I might have to bring it home. We'll see. But so far I have the little one. So I am so grateful for you all. I give thanks to you and to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Asheo. As I sip on some peppermint, I put my leaves in nice and whole right there. Right there, right there. So let's see what universal law is in store for us this week. I will be tapping out right after 222. We'll do our 222 declarations as usual. I'll tap into the angel number based on whatever time it is, Eastern Standard Time. And then I will be tapping out because I am heading to studio. So going to Red Sahara Studios to work on the tracks that I am really, really, really hoping to get this album done and out in the next couple of months before this 10 year. I need to release these songs in the year of 9, the number of release, of completion. So we'll see. I've got another project that I've been working on for the past year that as well I am hoping to share with the world in this year of 9. So because I'm juggling all of these things is where there's a question of what's actually going to be done. I am only one woman after all. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but plenty irons in the fire, if you will. All right. So I usually ask for a stop top, stop bottom. So feel free if anybody wants to put in the comments stop top or stop bottom, and we'll see what that message is. If a single card comes out, then we will go with that one. That is Spirit choosing for us. But let's see what happens. Let's check the vibes. Let me know if anybody wants to give me a stop. Oh, that's 2 cards, so I can keep shuffling. Stop top. All right, Joy. That's the one. Let's see what we got. Is this one? Is this the top one? Yes. It is the law of nature as we are tapping into garden vibes and new cycle vibes and this energy of soaring. This is owl energy as well. So it is about wisdom. It is about, again, this energy of tapping into the best version of ourselves and making sure that we are putting ourselves in the best frequency to attract what it is that we actually want to experience. Reconnect with Mother Earth. I tell y'all all the time, grounding, as often as you can, do some grounding. This is also part of why I'm a little bit like in chagrin about the weather changing. I've been at the garden the past couple of days, but I haven't really been able to ground because it was a little too chilly to take my socks and my shoes and everything off. So I was a little bit sad about that. Not a little bit. I was a lot sad about that. But wherever you are, especially if you in Cali, Queen Tony, sister, even if, some days will probably still be warmer than others, especially compared to here, still be out in the yard, ground when you can, take every drop that you can. If we get any boost of energy or sun or whatever, that's what I'm going to be doing, is just kind of getting the last drops as much as possible. I have a grounding mat in my space, so all year round I can ground, but there's nothing like the real thing, right? Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. So do it when you can, as often as you can. It is the most simple way to reconnect with Mother Nature, with Mother Earth. And the thing that we sometimes don't remember, and that actually I'm reminded of doing tarot, is the energy of the pentacles, which is an earth element, which aligns with money, which aligns with fertility, which aligns with the things that we want to see grow, right? So when we tap into the earth, when we're grounding, when we just put our hands on some soil, which I did get to do. I didn't take my shoes off, but I did sit on the ground and I put my hands on the soil. I hug my trees. I'm still planting. So you're still in the earth. You're still connecting. But always give thanks to Earth Mother for your abundance, for the money, for the wealth, for the riches, for all of the matter that matters, because it is in alignment. Our money is tied to the earth. Pentacles represent seeds, so it is literally in alignment with what it is that we are planting in order to grow. So the grounding is an energetic thing. It is definitely a spiritual recalibration, a spiritual chiropractor, as I like to call it, but it directly ties in with our finances. So when you are even pouring a little bit of water onto the earth, pour libation, give thanks to your ancestors, but give thanks for the money, honey, okay? Just always remember when you are grounding to tie it in with your money, with your finances, with the pentacles, with the seeds that you are planting, okay? It's gonna be very, very helpful. So tap into that. That is tapping in again in terms of the law of nature and the energy of reconnect. I always kind of have the conversation with myself in some of the things that we naturally say. So connect, connection, reconnect is an energy of things being separate and we need to come back together again, right? So I try to actually use more about a energy of realigning versus reconnecting, because we cannot be separate from source. We cannot be separate from nature. We are not a part of nature. We literally are nature. It's the same way that we are not having abundance. We are abundance. And it's really just kind of reprogramming our mindset, our soul set, the subconscious, in order to come again back into that alignment. The alignment energy is more like a little bit of a shift, and we need to, just like a car needs to be realigned, but all of the stuff is still there, right? It just needs to, little things kind of tweak, 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 boom, back in alignment. But the energy of connect and reconnect and disconnect is like two separate entities that now need to be brought back together again. You are not separate from source. You are not separate from nature. Remind yourself of that so that it becomes more of an energy of, let me just think about the debris, the things that need to be cleared away, decluttered, that is bogging down or covering up what is already there, which is the infinite abundance, which is the perfect health, which is the supreme love, which is the divine protection, which is all of the things that we are petitioning for, that we are praying for, that we are praising for. It's all there. It's all you. You're, again, more than being a part of it. You literally are it. We are nature. We are abundance. So just remind yourself of that, realign, get back into that calibration, okay? And that's why grounding is really beneficial for that, because it's just such a natural way for things to just, get back in, get back in. So get back in, because you are, again, no separation. That is the best part about this whole deal. And we just forget sometimes. And, I'll share it. I'll admit that I had, a little bit of a challenging moment in prayer right before I started the live. Every morning, afternoon, depending on how the day goes, I have various stations in my bedroom where I pray, where I petition, where I do declarations, affirmations, my ancestral altar. I practice Ifa, so have Ifa and Eshu, who's, has my head. So I have all of these different stations, right? I have an Oshun altar. I've got Jehuti and Sekhmet and Imhotep and Ptah, who are, I am descendant of, and I've been getting that guidance very clearly in my Series B ancestry and all of the things. So I tap in daily so that I can stay in alignment, so that I can revere, and so that I can, not that I need to remind them of me, but it's just part of the offering, right? That I'm like constantly, consistently in this praise and petition and gratitude more than anything, just the gratitude, right? And as I'm in these alignments, I was kind of processing some of the things that I'm still struggling with, things that I'm still trying to, tying up loose ends, things that I've cord cut that I feel like are still, lingering in the energy of soul sovereignty that I name and claim and demand and command, and that I, help others to elevate, and all of these things. And it's definitely part of my mission and my soul work and my purpose. And I'm living that. And again, all of these irons in the fire that I cannot wait to share is part of the question of, is it taking too long? And we put ourselves through that. And the energy of impatience is actually what delays what it is that we're trying to manifest. Because again, it's already there. It's already ours, right? So as I'm in these alignments, I'm realizing there are human moments that we will always have where we will question this timing being divine thing, because of the hardship, because of, things not coming together when we think that they should come together. And I just want to remind you, as I reminded myself, that patience is a virtue, that yes, timing is divine, and that it is natural to feel those moments. But as soon as we feel those moments is as soon as we have to pull ourselves back and get back into the attitude of gratitude, into the energy of patience, into the energy of faith, so that we don't actually prolong and delay further, even more so, what it is that we are hoping to experience in the here and now. So just wanted to share that because, I was in a moment. And I had to pull myself out of that moment. So 222, balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Ashe. Ashe. Because those moments Like they make us sometimes want to give up. Those moments make us like say sometimes like, why am I even doing this? Like, why am I even doing this? You know what I'm saying? But that's really the energy of why. But the why is a very rhetorical question. The next step is to answer that question. Why am I doing this? Why am I still here? Why is this happening? Answer the question, especially scripting it. Super powerful. Speaking it out loud in mirror work. Very, very aligned because you end up facing yourself. This is the energy of face it to replace it, the energy of feel it to heal it. But when we ask the rhetorical question, especially in frustration of why, and we leave it there, then we don't get to really put down all of the good, the bad, and the ugly that can come through when we actually answer the why and remembering the why. That is going to get us back in alignment, to get back on the wagon and keep it moving. Keep on moving, because you know why you're here. You know why you're here. And sometimes you need to remind yourself, and that's why you need to answer the question, why? Okay. Sirius Blake is here checking in. Welcome, welcome, King. I miss your energy. How you doing? We choose to live our experiences. Absolutely, Joy. Absolutely. And this energy of choosing and choice and chosen is something that like has been coming through my soul often, because we choose, but we've also been chosen. And that in itself is such an incredible blessing. To have this kind of awareness that we do, to tap in the way that we do on a very divine level, it's an energy of being chosen. You know what I mean? Like our soul chose this path, chose this time, chose this dimension, chose this era, all of it. But we have been also chosen, and that is such a blessing. That is such an anointing, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it, because clearly we are ready for it. Clearly. So somebody give me the time. Let's see what the angels have in store for us today, this week. And then I'm going to bounce out. Nicole, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you. Tony got the hugs with the trees, indeed. Yup. And I hope to see you guys tonight on the TikTok at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Complimentary speed reads for the new cycle energy in our 10-month. And we're going to have our 10-year, guys. A 10-year. It's like monumental for the collective, let alone what it is that we can tap into individually. So, all right, y'all being shy? Okay, I'm going to choose the number. 225 is what I got. Flexible mind. Adaptability is key. Accepting the changes around you is what your angels are calling you to do. Adaptability will create pathways in your life leading to your soul's purpose. Let something go today that you've tried to resist or control. In meditation today, ask your angels to help you surrender to what comes next. Talk about confirmation with the why and answering the question why and all of the things that sometimes take us out of alignment because we're like, why? Why? Be flexible. Accept. That energy of acceptance is so powerful. So poignant, and absolutely brings us back into our soul's purpose. Surrender, indeed, Joy. Surrender to it. And we often say it's easier said than done, but that's because we keep saying it's easier said than done. So we got to stop doing that too, right? And just get her done. Keep the focus. There's only so many hours in the day, but use and choose them wisely, All right, y'all. I'm going to go head off to studio. I got to be there for 3, so I'm going to jump right out. I packed my bag. I'm ready to go, so I'm just going to gear up because it's cold outside. There's that too, you know what I mean? The layers and the stuff. Like, we're so not good with the layers and the stuff. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm not complaining. I'll see you later if you're on the TikTok. And if not, I'll see you next week. Have a magical day to you too, Joy. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming here too. Appreciate you. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stay warm if it's chilly. Love you, sister. Have a great day as well. We have to catch up soon. I love y'all. Bye-bye. Enjoy. And in the meantime and in between time, lest we forget, Time to get back to natural. Peace.